got all these microphones and cameras in your face because you had a nice game. How does that feel?
No, it feels good. I'm just trying to remain humble, staying in the gym, and, just continue to listen to what coach is saying because it's working, and just keep getting better.
Did you feel like this was yet to come after all those games you missed? Was this something you had to work into?
Yeah, I knew that it wasn't going to be, right away. I knew I had to, kind of work my way back in. And so, I was staying in the gym a lot and making sure that, I was still, in the flow and things like that. Making sure I never got out of it and things like that. Always on the sideline watching and things. So, I was never out of it. And once I was back on the court, it made it more easier to play, things like that.
What kind of response did your teammates have for you?
Oh no, they were happy for me. They've been watching me work and things like that, and so they know that that it was coming. So they were happy for me.
While you were out, just what was your mentality like during that entire stretch for you?
I was just trying to stay positive. I wasn't getting too down on myself. Just making sure that I was making better decisions, things like that.
Even more exciting to do that at Madison Square Garden, such a famous venue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I knew that was going to be a big game for us, and so I tried to bring my A game.
Did you have a sense that a breakout game like that was coming soon, or what was kind of the mindset of that?
I did. Because I know, like I said before, I was in the gym, and so I knew the hard work was going to pay off.
Was there a point in the game that you felt like you really had it going and you really had that confidence? What point was that?
Probably after I made my first three, after I hit that one.
For you, how much does that help hitting the first or a couple shots early?
It helps a lot, being able to get in that flow early and being able to stay in that flow throughout the game, so it helps a lot.
What was it like to be able to throw that dunk down, and especially in Madison Square?
Oh, no, that was great for me. That was actually my first dunk for the season, and so having my first dunk be at the Madison Square Garden, that was great.
Everyone had seen the flashes hitting an early three against Minnesota, but then the foul trouble came. So what was different for you to allow you to play a full game?
Being disciplined on defense, staying out of foul trouble, and then once we got the rebound on defense, running the floor, things like that in transition. So that was easy.
Tomorrow night begins the first time that you guys have seen the team for the second time this year. Mm-hmm. What approach do you guys take against Minnesota the second time after having seen them so recently?
I don't think we're going to be taking a different approach. I think we're going to stick to the game plan, make sure that we guard Murphy right, things like that, making sure that we're on the scouting report. So I don't think the game plan is going to change too much at all.
How do you personally build on that last game and kind of with your mindset and just staying on the floor?
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely trying to build off that game. I'm not trying to force anything. I'm just trying to let the game come to me, things like that, and the offense and stuff. And the game will come to me, so I'm not trying to force anything. But
did the game slow down for you going into that game a little bit?
Yeah, it did. When I first came here, I was playing a little too fast, things like that, and so being able to get some more games under my belt, the game has slowed down for me and things like that. So it's been a lot more easier.
And seeing the success of Io and Georgie, fellow freshmen, did that kind of encourage you, like, hey, I can get my game off as well?
Yeah, it did. Seeing them, putting in their work, things like that, and then it's shown on the court. That just, like you said, more encouragement for me, things like that.
Freshmen played such a huge role in that win. Do you guys still feel like freshmen at this point?
No, not really. I mean, I feel like the first week of the summer is when we were really freshmen, but after that, it's time to step up.
What was the whole?
Was there ever a point during that stretch when you were suspended, or when you struggled a little bit with foul trouble, that you doubted that you were going to be able to have a moment like you had when you threw that dunk?
No, I mean, I never doubted. I always believed. I believed in myself. I believed in what the coach was saying, and I believed in my teammates. Because they were all picking me up and things like that. So I never had any doubt that I wasn't going to be able to help the team or things like that. I always stay positive in things.
What was the whole process like for you trying to work your way back into the rotation and just the good graces of your teammates and coaches?
I mean, the process was, going hard in practice, making sure that I'm upstairs in film, watching with coaches, things like that. And, just staying determined, persistent, things like that. So.
Did you feel like you had to do a little bit more extra, like a little extra maybe of that work, just because you were suspended?
Yeah, a little bit. From the suspension, I felt that, you know, I miss all these games and things like that. So, you know, I gotta like bring it, you know, some more. And so with that fire kind of up under me, you know, that really helped.
What was that like extra? I mean, just like watching more film than maybe the average person, getting more shots in than the average person?
Yeah, you know, I was always in the gym working out with Coach Chan and putting up extra shots and things. So, you know, that really helped.
How do you look back on this whole process that you've been through?
You know, I'm trying to take it as a learning experience. You know, I'm not trying to make any more bad decisions, things like that. And so I'm just trying to move on from it.
Walk me through what it was like on that. It was kind of a long plane ride home. What was going through your mind? You had a lot of time to reflect on the day, and what was that like?
You know, it was good. You know, I got a lot of phone calls, and, you know, and messages, you know, congratulating me and things like that. And so, you know, it was a good plane ride home. You know, the coach we had before me, players and things we had before me. So, you know, it was pretty good for me.
What was that locker room like? The guys were waiting for you,
Yeah,
bottles of
no,
water
no.
and everything. How'd that feel for you?
You know, that felt great, you know, because that's never happened to me before. And, you know, just knowing that, you know, everybody in the locker room, you know, that they're going to be happy for you and things like that. You know, every single one of them in there, you know, they're my brothers. And, you know, just the fact that that I know that, you know, it's good for me.
In the wake of Saturday, you know, have you had talks with guys who are used to getting a lot of media attention, like Io or Trent? They coached you up a little bit on, you know, how to handle just kind of the hype that goes along with a performance like you had?
Yeah, no, they talked to me. You know, it wasn't too much about how to like handle the media and things. It was more, you know, encouraging me, you know, telling me, you know, that they need me and things like that, and just keep up the good work.
Thanks,
Yes, sir.
Congrats.